A Hells Angel biker sees a waitress feeding his disabled daughter. Then 200 Hells Angels storm a bar. The sound of heavy boots on cracked asphalt echoed through the night like a warning. A Hells Angel biker stood frozen across the street from a rundown bar, his leather jacket soaked with rain and memories, when he saw something that made his chest tighten in a way no fistfight ever had. Through the dirty window, under flickering yellow lights, a young waitress was gently feeding a spoon of soup to a little girl sitting in a wheelchair. Her body fragile, her movements slow, her eyes tired beyond her years. The biker had seen violence, betrayal, and death on countless roads, but this moment, quiet and human, struck him harder than any crash. He didn't know it yet, but what he was witnessing would soon bring 200 Hells Angels roaring into that bar, not for destruction, but for something far more powerful. Before the story goes deeper, take a moment to pause. If you believe that kindness can come from the most unexpected places, if you believe in second chances and hidden humanity, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps stories like this alive. The biker's name was Marcus, though most people only knew him by his road name and the fear it carried. He had lived a life shaped by loss early on, an absent father, a mother who worked herself into illness, and streets that raised him harder than love ever did. The club became his family because it was the only place he ever felt seen. Yet even surrounded by engines and brothers, something inside him always felt unfinished. That feeling rose sharply as he watched the waitress carefully wipe the child's mouth, smiling despite exhaustion written deep into her face. This wasn't part of her job description. This was something else. Inside that bar, life was not kind. The waitress, Elena, worked double shifts for tips that barely covered medical bills. Her daughter, Sophia, had been born with a severe neurological condition that left her unable to walk or speak clearly. Daycare was impossible, babysitters were expensive, and family support had long faded away. So Elena did what mothers have always done when the world gives them no options. She adapted. She brought her daughter to work, seating her in a quiet corner, feeding her between orders, praying no customer would complain. Some did, some laughed. Some asked management to remove the child. The bar owner tolerated it only because Elena worked harder than anyone else. Marcus stood there longer than he meant to. He saw a drunk man wave his hand angrily, annoyed at the delay in service. He saw Elena bow her head slightly, apologizing, before returning to Sophia with a calm she didn't feel. He felt something crack inside him. Years ago, his own mother had worked late nights, leaving him alone, vulnerable, angry. No one had protected her. No one had protected him. But tonight, he was here. He walked inside, his presence immediately shifting the air. Conversations slowed. Glasses paused mid-lift. His patch carried weight, and everyone knew it. He ordered nothing. He simply sat, watching. When the drunk man started muttering again, Marcus stood. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't threaten. He simply positioned himself between cruelty and compassion. The message was clear. The bar went silent. Elena noticed him for the first time then, her hands trembling as she fed her daughter. She expected anger. Instead, she saw something else in his eyes, recognition. Marcus left shortly after, but the image stayed with him all night. By morning, he had told his brothers, not as a complaint, not as a call for revenge, but as a story that wouldn't let him rest. One by one, the bikers listened. Many had children. Many had scars the world never saw. The idea formed slowly, then all at once they would return, not as individuals, as a family. That evening, the bar's windows rattled as engines thundered outside. 200 Hells Angels lined the street, chrome and leather reflecting neon lights. Panic spread inside. The owner feared destruction. Customers feared violence. Elena feared losing her job, or worse, putting her daughter in danger. She clutched Sophia's wheelchair, her heart pounding. Then Marcus stepped forward, removing his helmet, raising a hand, not in threat but in greeting. What followed stunned everyone. The bikers filled every seat, ordering food, tipping generously, treating the bar like sacred ground. One brother quietly fixed a loose ramp outside so the wheelchair could roll smoothly. Another slipped an envelope to the bar owner, covering weeks of wages and medical bills. No speeches were made, no cameras flashed. It was raw, intentional kindness. The room, once cold and rough, felt warm. Elena cried in the storage room, not from fear this time, but from relief. For the first time in years, she felt seen. Sophia, sensing the shift, smiled wider than she had in weeks, her small hand tapping the wheelchair armrest as engines hummed outside like a lullaby. From that night on, things changed. Regulars stopped complaining, tips increased, word spread quietly. The Hells Angels returned often, always respectful, always supportive. They didn't fix the world, but they fixed a corner of it. And for Marcus, something healed. He realized strength wasn't just about intimidation. It was about protection. It was about choosing kindness when cruelty was easier. As this story comes to a close, if it touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you that humanity can exist behind any face, please like this video, share it, and stay connected with our channel. Your engagement helps these stories reach hearts that need them. And before you go, leave a comment below telling us one small act of kindness you've seen, or given, that restored your faith in people. Because sometimes the loudest engines carry the softest hearts, and the most feared men become guardians of hope.